Welcome to the Soulcast. As you can see, it's Casual Wednesday. A few things that you should know about that are coming up this week. Actually, one pretty major thing, and it's coming up next week, so scratch that. Um, as you know, we have moved over into Jordan Court, into our new offices, and it's really exciting over here. There are people milling about the building. Residents have moved in. About 80% of the units are full now, and they're still working on getting a few of the last residents moved in. And the vibes are good. It feels good over here. There's a spirit of joy and excitement, and also we have natural light now in our offices, which is boosting creativity. So we want to celebrate, and Jordan Court is being celebrated a week from Thursday on May the 5th at 12 o'clock p.m. And there will be some city officials here. The mayor will be here, and we'll have some speeches from people who work at Jordan Court and from residents as well. And so it's just a big celebration about all of the hard work that has gone in seeing this building through. And so we have a very special guest on the Soulcast today that's going to tell us a little bit more about that. And here she comes.
Hi, Maggie.
Hey, Mary, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm in my fourth semester of taking music theory, and it's running off the rails a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sounds wild. Um, I'm so glad that you're here and that you have agreed to talk to us about this celebration at Jordan Court.
You probably know it's supposed to be it will be this Thursday, a week from tomorrow, May 5th,
Mm-hmm.
from 12 to 1. May go on a little bit longer than that, but the official program part is 12 to 1 with, I think we're going to start off with, a poem by Ann Jordan and a prayer and then, various people speaking, and there'll be lunch provided. There won't be any walkthrough tours because we want to protect the residents from any COVID. But people should be able to go in on the courtyard level and go down the hallway of those studio apartments. We were told that perhaps two of the residents would be willing to like leave their door open and let people peek in. Like we'll have a
Mm-hmm.
little barrier up so that no one actually walks in. But
Right. That's exciting. I was just saying in my little introduction that the vibes over here are very good. Like it's a very joyful place to be right now. And like every time I encounter a resident in the stairwell or the elevator, it's like there's just a spirit of kind of, I don't really know the right word, maybe something like relief,
mm,
that and I think we're feeling that in the staff as well, as like finally being in the new offices and the internet's up and running. And um, so yeah, it feels really good to be here.
that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. How often would you say you run into residents there? I haven't been hanging out there
Yeah,
since the
I would say probably like not every time I'm here, but if I'm here for a full day, I usually run into at least someone. And yesterday, Joni Stickney was here helping get some of the garden beds set up. And I looked out the window from Phil's office, and there were, I don't know, half a dozen residents down there hanging out with her and planting. And
sounds like they have a core group of gardeners already.
yeah, totally. I think she's going to come back weekly and do gardening. So,
We're also going to have some music. I forgot about that. There will
oh,
be
yeah,
music. The band that was going to be asked is probably more of my generation, but has good tunes. And
nice.
I don't know if there will be actual dancing, but maybe.
I hope so.
So
I hope so.
I hope people will come.
Definitely. So you've been on the Jordan Court like planning project team since for how long have you been on that team? Since the beginning?
Well, it's yes, pretty much. The I was on the vestry the year when we voted to do this option to produce some affordable housing along with new offices for the staff and clergy. And so, yeah, and so while I was on the vestry, we often, we had different things we had to vote on to approve, like a memorandum of understanding with Saha, and then various leases and things. You know, at the same time, this group was starting to meet as a committee, and yeah, I've been involved with it. We met monthly for 7 years, maybe. So
Wow. This is just an incredible amount of work by a lot of different people that have gone into this. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there were 10 of us on the committee, most of the time, sometimes 11, sometimes 12, but um, um, you know, there were various roles we each played. Like I was on the neighborhood outreach committee, and this, the outreach was not just to our neighborhood; it was to parishioners as well. We had different, I don't know if you call them, and not seminars necessarily, but just like opportunities to catch everybody up, give them updates on where the project was, and answer questions and explain what stage we were at. And we also had like two large community outreach um, programs to which neighbors from a certain distance away were all invited. And we got their feedback on the first set of drawings, and their response to the fact that there would be less parking in our garage than there was in our parking lot. And, you know, we just tried to keep the neighbors informed and get some of their feedback. People had good things to say, and a few people had complaining things to say. I don't know whether you guys, down there in All Souls have heard complaints since the building was finished, or people have moved in.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything new. The thing I always hear from everyone is like, "Oh my gosh, it's so big." But to me, it doesn't seem any bigger than like the building across the street. So, but what was that like for you the day you saw it? When they took the
I
sketch
don't know.
down.
It was like, it's breathtaking. Like,
Hmm.
especially because we were in the pandemic mode. I was not coming down to church every week. I was, coming to church via live stream on
Hmm.
Facebook. And so I wasn't down here very often. And, it was, a big step just, in September of 2020, when the earlier building was raised and the
Hmm.
land was being leveled. That was already a huge step. And then to see it like go up and see it, practically finished, it was just like, it was more beautiful than I'd imagined it would be. And I'd seen all the drawings all along the way, Um,
That's how I felt too. The day I showed up to work and the scaffolding was gone, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is incredible."
it,
Um,
it's an asset.
hmm.
Um, I think it's much more attractive than any of the other like 4-story apartment buildings along Oxford.
Hmm.
And, it complements our church building as it was intended to, and Kirk Miller and Caitlin Brustrom really played a large role, with many, many hours
Yeah.
of working with Saha and the architect there to make sure that it, you know, would have some continuity with the church buildings and the parish hall. Um, yeah, I mean, um,
It's beautiful. It's certainly a cause for celebration. So we hope everyone's invited, from the church, from the neighborhood. Bring friends if you like. We're going to also live stream. So if you're at work and you can't make it down, we'll also be live streaming the program portion of the afternoon. So like the speakers and everything like that. So we really hope everyone can come.
yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Turn on your own music if you can't get the music from where we are, but
Exactly.
that should come through on the live stream. You can't
Yeah,
have too
I would
much
think
though.
so. Well, thanks, Mary.
Hey, you're welcome.
Talk to you soon.
Nice to see you, Maggie.
Yeah,
Bye.
you as well. Bye. It's going to be such a fun day and really joyful. And please do come and or live stream from afar if you can't make it. Which brings me to my next thing, more exciting and change and potential future growth, the Living Waters campaign. So we have, without any further ado, a video from the Living Waters campaign.
I've been a member of All Souls for a couple of years, so I, of course, heard about the Living Waters campaigns to church. I like the idea of the campaign very much. I particularly like the idea that they're trying to involve every member of the church. So it's not just a small group of well-off people, but everybody gets to be a part of it, and everybody makes a contribution to the future of the church. It appeals to me most about the campaign is that the projects are meant to sustain the community as a whole, to renew parts of the church that are getting old or in disrepair, the renewal of the kitchen, and the renewal of the spaces for people to meet. It strikes me that the heart of the All Souls community and the whole Souls mission is a community formation. And so what our buildings should be doing is they should be allowing people to come together to meet and to get on with the mission of the church. And for me, the success of a campaign like this is focused on giving people an opportunity to do something that will make them feel better, such as giving money to be part of a larger enterprise that's bigger than themselves. I must say that having been involved in campaigns before, it's interesting. I think it helps transform your life and the way you view money. So, and I'm hoping that occurred to me in the past. What I saw is very generous people who give more than I could ever imagine, and people who, and these are people with means similar to mine, and they just have a real generosity of spirit. I mean, in past campaigns, I used to think that I gave a lot away, and now I think I'm kind of a piker because I watch other people and I see how generous they are, and I think, oh, they're so admirable. And so anyway, that's sort of what has changed for me over time. What I look forward to most is the vibrancy of the community. That the community, that it appears to me, I've been members of other Episcopal church, and it just seems like this community has this air that we're building for the future, that we're going to be there for children, for families, as well as for old people like myself. And it strikes me that that's what I want to be part of.
Well, that's all we have for you today, folks. Please do come on May 5th and keep your eyes and ears pinned to your mailbox and your email box, and keep on the lookout for updates from the Living Waters campaign.
Let the church roll on. Let the church roll on. If a member in the church.